Moz, how's it going?
Hey, Joey, how's it going?
Mate, still a bit tired after that.
Yeah.
Not an amazing game,
I know
but
you had a big night. You were watching the game. Yeah, where were you watching the game? Tell the
uh,
guys.
Cheers bar, where all the action happens.
Yeah, that's all. Basically, it's a pub in Sydney where all the Reds go to watch the game together. Massive, massive, great atmosphere. But I
Actually,
guess the
there were
atmosphere yesterday wasn't that great because it was a like weekday or going towards Monday. So everybody had work. So and the game was late. It was like
mm,
1:30 Aussie time.
1:30 a.m. But
Yeah.
to be fair, there were a fair bit of Newcastle supporters out there.
Oh wow.
They were a little bit noisy upstairs, so yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I love watching the game there. If you guys are in Sydney, go to Cheese Bar. You'll see the man, the Aussie Scouser. He'll probably show you a schooner or two if you say hi to him. Yeah, anyway, yeah, the game yesterday basically it fueled by great atmosphere, especially the remembrance of Kevin Keegan. Beautiful, beautiful scenes. The Liverpool players went out with Kevin Keegan shirts during their warming up. That was a good touch by the Liverpool club, and also the great flags and the cheer, the minute silence, awesome, very respectable and very classy by the Geordies.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was quite of a highly emotional match. I mean, Liverpool Newcastle has always been an emotional match. Even without the fact of Kevin Keegan, it's always had late drama, late winners, late goals, late talking points. Um, and I think Newcastle showed up. I think they showed up and they really surprised me.
Oh,
Um,
100%.
there
I thought
was a
that
bit
was
of
solid.
there was a bit of talk here and there that maybe Liverpool might, dominate because of the situation in Newcastle, and I was one of those that may have thought that. Um, but whether it is that highly emotional reason of Kevin Keegan, whether it's the history of the two clubs, the fixture, whether it is Isak coming back to St James's Park for the first time, I don't know. But they showed up, they did well and fantastic, especially the first half. And we were lackluster. We were uh, clumsy and sloppy with certain moments in defence and in passing, in pressing. Um, we were we seemed, especially with the first goal. The first goal, to me at least, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, why are they? Why are centre backs laying off? Why is our defence so? It looks so simple for Newcastle. It looked like you
Yeah,
know, it was kind of planned or something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It just to me, it was. It didn't seem like there was a lack of urgency. A lack of urgency is the word that I'm looking for. It seemed like a lot of times, especially that first goal, lack of urgency in defence, lack of urgency in attack, a lack of urgency in keeping the ball, a lack of urgency getting the ball back.
I agree. Basically, yeah. Um, we were playing a very, very high line, and we when we lost the ball in transition from attack to counter attack, Kirk has actually he lost the foot race between him and Elanga, and that was it. That was literally it.
Yeah,
Elanga just yeah, yeah,
that's one thing. Look, I'm not gonna pin it on, Kirkez, you know, losing a run race with a Langa with the winger. It's not that. It's just the whole defense as a whole. That shouldn't. Kirkez should never have been in that position where he has to chase a Langa, you know, for to stop him. We should have shut that down before it happened.
I agree. But all I'm saying that they did their homework. They knew where the weakness was in our defense, and they aimed it on Kirkes because they knew Elanga had the full race on Kirkes. So yeah, they tried a couple of times, but this one they actually succeeded. They isolated Kirkes in defense. That's how they scored the first goal.
Well, if our midfield did their job, that ball doesn't go that far.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Because there were times in the match where Gravenberg or Florian Wirtz would get the ball and they would take too long to decide. All right, where am I passing it? Who am I passing it to? Oh, okay. Cody Gakpo's free, but it takes him 3 weeks to get to Cody Gakpo. From point A to B to B to C, it took too long. And by the time point A realizes B is free and actually passes the ball, point B is no longer that free, and now even C is affected. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. That's true. That's true. But I think we can see his kind of Ariola's footprint on how Liverpool want to play this season. Like there's some glimpses of good play.
Yes and no. Like, okay, so what I saw in the majority of the game last night is fairly reminiscent of how we played last season. And as you said, like Ariola bringing in his own thing, maybe this is a building, block, to go on and improve on. But I think, it's the first game of the season. You don't win titles in the first week, but it gives you that chance to be like, okay, this is what we need to work on. Let's work on this, strengthen this, position a couple of changes, this and that. And obviously we've got a few transfers coming through that need to come through.
Yeah.
To enhance the team a bit more. So yeah.
Yeah.
Just to me it was really frustrating.
Yeah.
And some people might even say especially the first half was boring, right? I certainly in moments have said to myself, this is kind of boring. I was kind of dozing off.
Yeah, I can imagine. I see, and everybody says, "Oh, it's the same old Liverpool of last season." But I like, to me, honestly, I saw some glimpses of there's urgency. I see glimpses. I'm saying glimpses of urgency. I see the way they want to attack. I see that, and I see the way they want to defend, playing a high line, high tempo, high pressing, but we just fell short of the final product. I guess this is the first game. We just have to wait throughout the season. I'm sure Liverpool's going to improve. Let's go to the second goal. Second goal by Newcastle. Sorry, actually, the first goal by Gakpo. That was a good classic goal. To be honest, I didn't see that goal coming at all. He just he saw a bit of space. He saw the goalkeeper out of his line, and he just went for it. And I go, man, kudos to Cody Gakpo for trying something like this outside of the box.
Yep. I mean, okay, so you were saying that you saw glimpses of, pressing or whatever. For me, it was only in that kind of moment where maybe the glimpses of what you were trying to say for me. But I guess they're right. I said Gakpo will score a goal. He did. So I'm very happy with that.
You predicted that.
Thank God for Szoboszlai.
Yeah. Oh, what a shot that one was.
Yeah. It was a great goal. It was a great goal. I was very happy with it. I don't know. In my head, I was hoping they would win. But the only thing I can go off is that we've got that 1 point away at St James's Park, and a point at St James's Park they say is
good. And you said in the beginning of this podcast, a late dramas, and this one didn't disappoint. This one was a late drama.
Yep.
Good substitution by Arioli, putting in
Areola.
I need to learn his name.
Ariola. Adoni Ariola.
Yeah, I need to learn his name.
See?
Good substitution, put Munoz on, took Rio. Rio was struggling on the right-hand side. Yep. I think he's better on the left.
Yep.
And he's the one that actually was running to the box, 100 miles an hour. Their defender collided with Munoz's knee and fell off and fell down in the box. Clear penalty. No one can argue with that penalty.
Yep. I just want to say with Rio, two things I want to say about Rio. So, I did see him uncomfortably standing in the right wing in that position. And he just seemed a little bit lost in that side of the field for some reason. The other thing I want to say, I don't like this. This is my opinion. I don't like this. I don't know what you want to call it, excuse or myth that I'm only a left winger. I can't play on the right. I'll give you an example of a really good player that came to Liverpool as a right winger. Sadio Mane came to Liverpool as a right winger. What happened? We bought Salah. So Salah sat down with Jurgen and asked Jurgen, okay, I'm a right winger, but also Sadio is a right winger. How are you going to play this? He said, no problem. He put Sadio on the left, Bobby in the middle, and Salah on the right. And look what happened. Sadio Mane, for a time being, was the greatest player in the world.
Yeah.
At one point in time, was one of the best players in the world, if not the best player in the world,
Yeah. Oh, don't forget, Rio's
could have won a Ballon d'Or.
Rio's young. He can adapt. He's just only, I think he's 17.
Sure. But I'm not singling out Rio. I'm just saying as a whole, the wingers around the world and playing, in the Premier League or wherever, maybe even Bundesliga, whatever, I just don't really like this excuse of, I'm a left winger, but I can't play on the right wing. Like, it's the same. You're a winger. They're not asking you to become a defender all of a sudden.
Fair point.
If that happened, then okay, it makes sense. But you're doing the same job just on the other side of the field. You know what I mean? Now I get that one. Some players are left-footed or right-footed, whatever it is. Okay, cool, but it still shouldn't be an excuse. You still should be able to produce similar amounts of contributions to your preferred side.
Yeah,
let's say.
Yeah,
I just don't. I don't know. It's just, to me, if I was a player and I was, young, fit, and playing for Liverpool or for Bayern Munich, whatever it is, right? And I was a right winger, and the coach chucks me on the left wing and says, "Sorry, no, we've got a right winger. I'm gonna need you in the left wing, or you're gonna be benched." I'm like, "Sweet, all right. I will do everything I can to produce everything I would as a right winger, but as a left winger."
Yeah.
All right? I wouldn't use that excuse that, no, he's put me on the left, I can't all of a sudden perform. No. It doesn't work like that. You go, you play, you're playing the same position. You have no excuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
All right? If you're brought there to score goals, you're brought there to score goals. If you're brought there to assist, you're brought there to assist. If you're brought there to a bit of both, a bit of both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Just another quick question. What do you reckon about the substitution at half-time or 60th minute? You reckon that were the right substitution? You reckon that changed the game for Liverpool?
Honestly, like in my prediction video, I said with the lineup would be very much the same or more or less the same as the last friendly match.
Yes.
Which it was, barring swapping around Jacquet and starting Arujo.
Yep.
Only because Jacquet has had a 6-month injury and only played one game in 6 months. So, I'd worry about his fitness and him re-injuring or getting another injury too soon. You know what I mean? It's one game in 6 months. You know,
Yeah.
for the long run, maybe that would have been a better option. That's the only thing I would have changed.
I think we
I
both
don't
agree
know
with that lineup.
I don't know what happened in regards to what's going on with um, Harvey Elliott.
Yeah, I'm surprised he
What's
didn't play a part in that game.
He wasn't even in the squad, so I don't know if he was ill or something like that.
Ah, he wasn't even on the bench. I
No,
didn't look at the bench, to be honest.
no. I would like to see Endo and Chiesa feature a bit. I think they've got more to give to under an Iriola system. And Endo could, play, a couple of positions. I like the fact that he put on Lewis Kumas. Kumas looked all right. He had a few pretty good touches.
Oh yeah,
He had a shot that was a bit of a shocker, but it was a young kid going on St. James's Park, pressure, trying to win the game, trying to be the hero. He took a couple of hero shots. And Gravenberg as well, a hero shot.
yeah,
I call them hero shots.
yeah. Oh,
But yeah, no, I think that the subs were fine. I don't think the subs was the real reason why we didn't get the 3 points. I think from the get go, we didn't have it sorted. We weren't at the races. Newcastle were ready and they were charged. They were emotionally charged and everything.
yeah.
As I said,
really shocked. They lost 3 key players, but they still played amazingly.
well, Dan Burn was sitting in the stands. He wasn't even playing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
But the front three for Newcastle, they played well. They when they were attacking, they looked like most likely to score out of the 2 teams. To be honest.
yeah, well,
Yeah. What about Alexander Isak? Every time he had the ball, the whole crowd booed.
yeah. So I think that kind of affected him, to be honest.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was kind of annoying me because even in the cheers, there was moments where Isak will get the ball and we'll run a little bit, and then they'll tackle him and get the ball off him, and then the lads upstairs will be going crazy and as if they've won the Premier League. You know what I mean? And I'm just sitting there, I'm just like, lads, relax. You've made fair enough.
It's expected. It's always expected.
They were really, really, really giving it to him, and he just.
But
he didn't really perform.
He had a really, really good chance, I remember. But he took he didn't think about it. I think Kerkez was running down the byline. He cut it back to him. He had all that space. I thought, that's it. Isak is going to bury this. And he's going to shout up the crowd. But he hit it to the ground. Yeah.
Well, as it's the first weekend, I mean, Erling Haaland had a few shocking shots as well in the India game. I had a brief look at that one. So, who knows? Could come out next weekend and score a brace, and we just forget by him. So, that was just a tough one. We got that out of the way, and
Yeah, I guess we take the point away from St. James's Park, and we'll just learn for next week.
Yep, of course.
Yeah. What about the penalty by Szoboszlai? Man, what a classy penalty. All the crowd is gone crazy. He said on the interview, he couldn't hear his own thoughts. That's how crazy and it was so cool when he was taking that penalty. The goalkeeper went to the right way, but no way he can save that penalty. It was buried in the top left hand corner.
Yep. I mean, so when the ref gave the penalty and there were, VAR was reviewing it just to double check and all that, I was talking to a Scouser near me, and we were discussing who would step up to take a penalty. Because, obviously Mohamed Salah would be our go-to guy in previous seasons. And we said, well, we were discussing, should it be Maka, should it be Dom, should it be Isak? He nominated Isak, as a bit of an ironic kind of moment thing. But I was like, okay, if Dom takes it, if you remember, Dom's previous penalty before that one, obviously, was a miss, and it showed you the graphic. It showed you his 5 penalties he's taken in the Premier League, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the 5 was the miss.
Yep, I remember that one. Was that at Burnley or something, or where we were playing Burnley?
I don't remember the game. I think it was in February. It was around February.
Yeah. I think that was when Salah was playing for Egypt in the AFCON. I think that's when he took that penalty.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't really matter who or against it was. Yeah. It was just the fact that he stood up and took it just made me a little bit anxious, because he's recently missed penalty. But then he took it, and so now I guess I might be confident, and he might take penalties from now on. He might be the man that takes over full-time penalties. But yeah, thank God for Szoboszlai.
Oh yeah, what I say. He was cool as a cucumber, to be honest. Yeah, and perfect hit, perfect strike. Late drama at St. James's Park gave us that 1 point.
He even gave the
yeah. He made the crowd quiet a bit.
Yeah.
It was a decent game. Not Liverpool's best. I reckon there's a lot to improve, like what you just said throughout the podcast. I guess we'll take that point and move on.
Yep.
Yep.
Bring on Nottingham Forest.
Yep. God, early kickoff for us. Are you going to Cheese Bar? I think it's 9:30 on Saturday.
Of course I'm going there.
Yeah.
Are you? Where are you watching?
No, I was watching the game at home.
No. The Forest game.
Oh, I need to check on my schedule. I'm not sure if I'm working.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Mina here. He's a very busy man.
Yeah.
High demand.
Yeah. So for that game against Newcastle, I was doing a live reaction show on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to a couple of our fans. They liked our podcast and they want us to do it a bit more. So I guess we already got a crowd behind us.
That's cool.
Aussie Scouser.
Yeah. Brilliant.
Cool.
Awesome.
No problem. Yep, we got to do another preview for the Nottingham Forest game during the week, and we got to go on Instagram Live. So if you guys got a question, leave us in the comments below, and we'll answer your questions in our next episode. No problem. Thanks.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you. Thanks, Moz.
No problem. Have
Enjoy.
a good day. See ya.
You too.